Today I'm going to show you how to set up and play the game Marvelous Dystopia. First we have our resource cards. These will allow you to move, attack, and do special moves. This is an up-close view of one of these. Next we have our player cards and one of our player cards and a weapon card. So if you look at the player card, the X marks where the character is currently at. It can move to any of those 5 black points, or 6 black points. Then you have the H5, that stands for it has 5 health. The M1 stands for the resource cost for the special move, and the M is an indicator of what the special move is. So this is the move special move, which allows another character within your movement range will move 1 square any direction you choose. Can be friend or foe, another character can't already be there. Here's your weapon card. The X marks where you're currently at, just like the player card. Then the black dots are where you can attack. The D4 stands for damage 4. That means each attack will do 4 damage to that character. So how the turn would work is first you move your character card. So you can move it to any of the spots. Your weapon will come along with you. And from there you can do your special move. So your initial movement is going to cost 1 resource. That's any character. So you can move it like this, move it sideways, however you want, just some way to indicate that you're spending that resource cost. And then after that you can choose to attack. If you choose to attack, that's going to be another resource card. Your weapon will always stay with your character. Next we have the wall squares. So basically, like the text explains, if a character shares the same square as a wall, the character can't be landed on, and all damage is absorbed by the wall. 1 damage will destroy the wall. So, if somebody shoots the wall acts as a shield. It'll shield it from any amount of damage, no matter how much damage it is. But any amount of damage will also destroy the wall. So you simply take it off the board. And then the character can be landed on. So basically, how you destroy a character is you either move onto the character, which will automatically destroy it, or you can shoot the character. When you shoot the character, then its health goes down. You can either use 10-sided die, like I use, to display the character's remaining health, just place it on top of the cards, or you can use like pen and paper. That'll work as well. Next we have the factory cards, or a forge card. They do the same thing. So factory cards allow you to have 2 of your resource cards. These again, the cards that allow you to move, attack, and do special moves. So if somebody destroys one of these, and you can't just land on it, you have to attack it with a weapon. So if somebody destroys one of these, then 2 of your resource cards go away. You are no longer able to use those. And your factory card is taken off the board. So obviously you have 4 of these here. So if all 4 are destroyed, then your 8 resource cards will be all gone and you lose the game. So you lose the game by doing that. Or you also have a king card, king or queen card. You only have 1 of those, 1 of each. So yeah, you don't have a king and a queen. You just have a king or a queen. So anyways, if you destroy this card, also, you can win the game. So, winning the game again is either destroying all the Forge or Factory cards or the King or Queen. This also brings us to another card. This is the Repair card. So what this does is this can do damage like a weapon, albeit very small, or it can fix a Factory or Forge card. Just 1 damage each turn. Obviously, that costs 1 resource to do that. You can see here, that's essentially the special move on this, is to repair those. Also, this one, this along with the, this is the med kit, along with the repair thing, is still technically a weapon. But this one will allow you to heal any character 1 damage each turn for each heal card used within that range. And as far as how many cards you can use, you've got 9 weapons and then 9 characters on your board. You do not have to have the character, each character does not have to have a weapon if you don't want it to have a weapon. But you must have at least 9 characters on the board starting out. How you can make your army is based around points. So this game mode we're playing right now is called Marvelous Dystopia 400. So it's a board this size, plus you can see these points. So see there's, let's let it focus here. So there's 21 and 33 on this. So you add up your total army's amount, and as long as it stays below 400, then you have an army. If it goes above 400, you can't do that. You would have to switch it out for a different weapon or different character. That's less of a cost. Those numbers on the characters and weapons just indicate the power of the card, essentially. So yeah, that's most of it. There is other special moves, which are always indicated on the card. For example, this is the Fire special move. 2 damage for 2 rounds unless healed before. Damage done at the start of the burnt player's offensive round. Walls and resource points can't be burnt. You will have 5 wall squares on the board. So initially on the setup I only had 3, but yeah, you use 5. Now the player going first gets to set up their entire army first. And then the player going second gets to set up their army however they want. This is to mitigate the first turn advantage. So you can set up your Forge or Factory cards anywhere on your side, 1 away from the center line. So yeah, so this is like the center line. So you can place these, you could place it over here if you wanted. It doesn't matter, however you want to set up at the beginning. It's just the player going second gets to do their entire setup second. The wall cards, they can be placed anywhere you want on your side of the board. Nothing can go in the middle squares, but you can set these up however you want. So you can put them all over here if you want to do something like that, for example. That's up to you. I also would like to mention that the cards are set up this way, as you can see, staggered slightly, so that you can see both cards. You can see where they can move, you can see where they can attack, how much health they have, etc. The only thing you may have like a question on is the special move. If you don't, if you aren't familiar or don't remember that the R stands for renovate, for example. and then that'll tell you how to do that. So what you do is you just simply ask the player, hey, can you move that for a second so I can, see what that is. Now I'm going to show you an example of a turn. So we want to move this guy here. So we see on the left hand side, those are any squares that he can move to. She actually. So we're going to move up 2. I'm going to use the resource here. All right. So now, since this character is moved, and we're not going to attack with it or use any of its special moves, we're going to turn it sideways. That's just to indicate that we've already done the full amount of actions with that card. You can't move twice with one card, for example, or attack twice. You just simply can move, do the character special move, then attack, then do the weapon special attack. You can do all of those functions, but just once for that particular set of cards. Alright, so let's move another one. So we got this one, we're just going to move it forward. And then this one, we're going to do over here. And use another resource card. And this one we're going to move up 2. Use another resource card. Move this one up 1. And then want this one to move onto the wall. Actually, yeah, this one. So again, this shares a square with the wall card. So somebody has to attack that wall first before it can do any of the other attacks. The character that's on the wall square can do whatever it wants. It can still attack normally and all that. Just think of the wall as a shield type of thing. Alright, move this guy right there. And last card, we'll move this one up one. So here's where we moved. You must move one character each turn, at least one. From there, you can spend your resource points however you wish. Keep in mind, your special moves resource card is next to the letter that indicates what the special move is. So, you got F, that's for fire. If we want to do that on top of the damage, we'd have to do one for the damage, one resource card for the damage, and then another one for the fire special move. You can also use different colored 10-sided dice because that will also kind of help. So you could like have a special color if you're using that fire spell, for example. Or there's also poison, so you could use like a green one for that if you so desire. But you know, as long as you have some way of keeping track that that special move is applying, then you know, pen and paper, that also works. But yeah, that's an example of how to play the game. If you have any questions, just feel free to ask right here on the YouTube chat, and I'll try to get back to you. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoy.